Boom, what's up? How you doing? Are you ready for Canelo and Chavez Jr.? I've been ready for this fight for a very long time. This is a very personal fight. This fight has so much meaning. This isn't about belts. It's not about titles. It's not about moving up in the ranks. This is all about respect. The name, the legacy. Chavez respects Canelo. Chavez Sr., the son who's living in the shadow of his father's legacy, who hasn't lived up to the expectations people thought was going to happen when he came into the sport. He squandered every opportunity of his career that has been presented to him. Squandered it. Canelo has come into the light and taken his position. He's taken everything Chavez Jr. has put on the table. He's taken it. Everything that was supposed to be Chavez Jr.'s went to Canelo. Canelo became the face of Mexico in boxing. So when he goes home, even when we don't hear about it, he hears about the legacy of Canelo. And the Chavez family, the name reigns in Mexico. He is known as the man in Mexico. He is it. The fight is May 6th and it is on pay-per-view. You can check your local movie theaters. It is going to be at the local movie theaters. This will be at a lot of different places, buddy. This is going to be a closer fight than people thought. Chavez Jr. will be in the best shape of his life. He's got Nacho Beristain in his corner. And this is why I think he really wants to win this fight so bad. He's going to give everything he's got because he knows back home how important this is. You can throw records out of the window. You can throw undefeated or only lost one fight. These two fighters don't like each other. Canelo respects his father, but doesn't respect the son. And told him to his face. And Canelo's like, I don't respect you. I mean, Chavez Jr. is like, you didn't fight who the people you were supposed to fight. Why you didn't fight Triple G? You only fight me because you think I'm an easier fight than Triple G. That's the only reason you fighting me. And you finna find out that I'm not an easy fight. So when he pulled that out of his head and pulled that out of his card, now you're going to see something real. My instincts tell me Canelo's got too much boxing experience. When he said Canelo didn't fight anybody, Canelo's fought Laura. He's fought Floyd Mayweather. He's fought a lot of people that can't get fights right now today. And Canelo said, I called you out. I wanted to fight you when you were the A side. And I was the B side. You said no. You chose not to fight me. Now that I'm the A side, you're the B side. You wanted to fight me. And I said, yes. Let's fight. So I chose you. And I'm the A side. So you had a chance to fight me when you were the A side. And you didn't do it. And that's why he said he doesn't respect him. Oh, this is going to be a great fight because Chavez Sr. is going to make sure Jr. does not embarrass the name. He's going to go out and give his all. He has no choice. Chavez Jr. had amassed a lot of titles and given everything by privilege. He never worked his butt off for anything. He was overprivileged and he grew up a rich kid. His father was a champion. He never boxed until he was in college. Never picked up a glove, never went in the gym. This fight is going to break. It should be a fight that break records. Because these guys are going to go to war. Chavez Jr. is going to push Canelo, and they're looking to get him tired. Well, Chavez Jr. wants to take what Canelo gives out and come back and keep Canelo working and get him tired and then wear him down. They think Canelo's stamina is going to fail him in the fight, and that they're bigger and stronger and they can push the action and keep things going. This fight is massive. You're talking about 1 million pay-per-view buys? May 6th. This is it. The battle for Mexico. Who you think's gonna take it? This is what's at stake. There's a rematch clause. If Canelo loses to Chavez Jr., they have to fight again. This is the type of fight here where you're looking at Canelo. He's the new A side of boxing. He's the biggest drawer and the biggest guy in sports. Floyd Mayweather, you know, because what Chavez Jr. said, you only fought Floyd Mayweather because you knew he wouldn't knock you out. You didn't care about losing. You knew that he wouldn't knock you out. Chavez Jr. is like, I'm in shape right now. He's making sure he's not going to pay that $1 million per pound penalty. But I think the upper body movement by Canelo the head movement, the activity, the draw, the feints. He's got much quicker hands and quicker reflexes than Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. is more of a counterpuncher and a push forward, but he's flat-footed and he's slow. So anybody got any questions about the fight? You don't think it'll be competitive? I think it'll be competitive. Chavez Jr., you don't understand the pressure he's under. You got your father's name in here. People are chanting Canelo's name right next to Chavez. Nobody in Mexico's name, not even Oscar De La Hoya name, has ever run side by side with Chavez. Even when Chavez won, De La Hoya won, it ruined his legacy in Mexico. See, they don't look at De La Hoya as a Mexican. They look at him as a Chicano. You're an American Mexican. They don't look at him as a heart of Mexico. He's from Guadalajara. Canelo is. He is from Mexico. So when he came to prominence in Mexico, he was the only one who could sit up there and keep everybody doing the same thing at the same time when they were talking about Chavez. Canelo was out there pulling in people from the seats. Now he's doing big pay-per-views, but he's always respected Chavez Sr. But Junior, no way. Junior didn't get that same respect. Junior didn't get that same respect because he felt like, man, you just squandered your career. You had everything laid out for you. They gave him the title. They took the title from Sergio Martinez and gave it to Chavez Jr. Because the president of Jose Suleiman, rest in peace, that's his godfather. And he gave his godson the title, and it was disgusting to Canelo. Now, they could say what they want about Canelo and Triple G. Triple G has never faced Erislandy Lara in the ring. And Lara has called him out for years, and he still refused to fight him. Canelo fought Lara. And he fought to a close fight with Lara. Even though I had him losing that fight, he got his hand raised. Chavez Jr. saying he never ducked anybody. Oh yeah. See, during that whole time, he made a bet with Canelo to bet their entire purse for purse in the fight. Chavez Sr. called back and he said canceled that whole bet. No, you're not finna do nothing that stupid. See, Chavez Jr. likes that Canelo is disciplined. He says he's very disciplined. He's earned what he got. But he hasn't been truly challenged yet. And he wants the right person to put him and challenge him. And the right person they feel is Nacho Beristain. Senior didn't choose Nacho. You know who chose Nacho Beristain? You know who chose Nacho Beristain? Chavez Jr. He said, this guy is going to tell me when I'm doing wrong, and he's going to push me. The only person Canelo has not fought is Triple G. Canelo doesn't care about a fight. Nacho Beristain as the trainer, he's good, but it depends on the person, the fighter he has. He has good techniques, but let's be honest, what is his track record against pay-per-view bouts? He was always on the losing end. Even with Marquez, he only beat Pacquiao once, even though he beat him a lot of times. He never got his hand raised but once. So he's always on the losing end of the stick. And I can't see him. You can't teach Chavez Jr. and change, a leopard ain't going to change his spots in one fight. This your first camp with him. He'll do what you're telling him to do for one round. Then he's going to go back to the old Chavez Jr. with the bad habits. Chavez Jr. didn't start boxing until he was in college. He didn't want to go to college. He went to college, said, nah, it's too much work. I want to box. Chavez Jr. He was still growing. He used to be my height. Last time I saw him, he was my height. He was 5'11". Then he was still growing as he was fighting. And it was easier for him to keep his weight down then because he was getting taller and staying skinny. But then he stopped growing, and then the weight just started, wasn't going nowhere. He was growing out of the weight. Look like he got a tech startup. He's ready for tech crunch. Well, Oscar is saying it's going to be a spectacular bout. And the two guys, they're going to give their best when they're in the ring and they fight each other. It's going to be very special. This fight was a setup. Then the second fight, he weight drained Chavez Sr. to try to make the weight. The first fight was a setup. Chavez had a cut, and he wanted time to make it heal, and they said, well, if you can't fight on this date, the fight is over. And he knew he would have never got his shot at Oscar De La Hoya. So he had to take the fight with a cut that wasn't healed. And all Oscar did was come out and try to get that cut opened up and start bleeding, which he did. And then in 3 rounds, they stopped the fight. See? It's all about positioning. And it's what the public don't know and don't see. It's going to be a tremendous affair. Woo, that's high altitude, buddy. That's San Diego, California. It's happening. The legacy is happening. This is going to be like when I fought Chavez Sr. It's going to be tactical. It's going to be special. It's going to be tremendous. A Chavez Jr. headband. Do you know why those headbands, how they got started? Chavez was fighting this guy who was known as, he was a Haitian guy. He was all about voodoo. And they was like, man, he's going to put a curse on you and then you won't win. They was like, Chavez, he puts a curse on his gloves and for some reason you can't fight. He puts a voodoo curse on you. People were terrified. Chavez is like, man, this is bull crap. This is a boxing fight. I'm going to go in the ring. And people were actually believing this. Like, believing the curse. So Chavez came up with this idea. He said, I'm going to put on these red headbands, and these headbands are going to block me from the curse. And it had Chavez on the front. And the red headband around his head was going to protect him for the curse. And in the fight, it mentally disturbed the other guy. He's getting beat up by Chavez, and he was like, it's that red headband. It's blocking my curse. He believed it. This guy was totally nuts. And what was funny was the fact that he was just getting his butt kicked by Chavez. That was just all to it. But since then, it has been known to bring you luck wearing that headband. It's symbolic to Chavez and everything he brought to the ring. Because ever since then, he started wearing the red headband. See, Chavez Jr., he grew up rich. It's not his fault. His daddy was a legend. He just grew up spoiled. Never had the inkling of being a fighter. And you're fighting a guy who grew up poor. Grew up hungry. Grew up wanting it like your father did. That's Canelo. He wants to show and prove. And his legacy, will it stay? Will it go? Who knows? But this fight is very meaningful. If you think it doesn't have any meaning, maybe not here in the States, but in Mexico, this is huge. In this fight, I got Chavez Jr. losing to Canelo Alvarez by decision, unanimous decision. But I do think Chavez Jr. is going to have a lot of highlights in this film. And what's going to be the difference is that both guys are going to go to the body. But Chavez Jr. is going to go to the head a lot. But when Canelo go to the body, my goodness, it's masterful. It's powerful. Now, here's the big thing here. Last fight, Canelo hurt his hand pretty bad. How healed is his hand? And when you hurt your hand, it's very easy to hurt it again. Now, if he hits Chavez Jr. on the top of the head with that hand, he might just break it this time. Get my drift? That's what I said. Chavez Jr. has S the bed in every big fight he's had. He has squandered his entire career. And none of it means anything right now. None of it means anything right now. Do you know that? This is not about records. This is not about anything but pride. All of that stuff means nothing. You think Chavez Jr. is not finna fight his hardest to beat Canelo Alvarez? You are out your mind. This is a fight he feel I have to win. If any fight I ever, it's all about pride. 100% about pride. This is it. This is it. It gets no bigger than this. It's all about pride. You got your father's legacy on the line. Yeah. You see that? It's been difficult for me because what can I possibly do to surpass him? Nothing. You've already screwed that up. Oh. Yeah, he already screwed it up. No, not going again. We're right here. Now, Chavez Jr. has been the laughing stock of boxing. He can't make weight. Ever since he stopped growing and his body started adding the weight and he couldn't get rid of it. Normally he would grow out of the weight and it was easier for him to lose weight. But when you're not disciplined, you're going on vacations when you're supposed to be training for fights. They got to postpone fights and dates because you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a fighter. And you're disgracing yourself. That's a problem. But he, like I said, he grew up a rich kid. He never had to work for anything. Everything was given to him. He had one good moment against Sergio Martinez, and that has been his entire career in life. So he had everything easy. Now he's got to prove. You know, I am a fighter. I didn't get anything easy. I've worked hard for everything I did. This is it for me. I need this. I want this. I think that Chavez Jr. will give everything. He will be fined $1 million per pound. He's overweight. High altitudes. His father is legendary. But as far as fame, Canelo wants to beat Junior. And he wants to show his father, I'm ready. I am a fighter. I can do it. I won't let you down. I know you don't want Canelo name up there with the Chavez name. We have to win this fight. Now he brought in Nacho to help him out. Emmanuel Taylor's got the boxing IQ to beat Lucas Matisse, because Lucas has been out for a while, and I don't know how much he really wants it no more. Once the fighter got that doubt now, he's more concerned about being hurt than dishing out the punishment. But if he could take Lucas Matisse's punch and get past the first 3 rounds, I think he's got a chance to really pull off an upset. Chavez Sr. didn't like Nacho at first because he was so critical of Jr. But he was right. And Jr. was like, hey, I know, he was right. And for the first time in his life, he's accepting the fact that I screwed up. I screwed up my career. I know it. And maybe Nacho can fix it. He's going to yell at me. He's going to tell me when I'm screwing up. Senior's in shape now. I wish Senior was in there. You know, I'll beat both of them. I'll beat both of them. One shot for me and that's it. It'd have been like that Klitschko fight. Boom! What did we just get hit with? We're going down. Too massive. See that? I hit one of them with that. It's over. The meat cleaver. Boom! Well, Joel Casamayor is a smaller guy, but he was in better, he's a better boxer. Casamayor was always the better boxer. Canelo's going to try to wait till Chavez come in like this. Chavez come in and fights like this. No body shots. Then he'll throw one body shot. Everything uppercut. Stick. Stick. Elbows in. He's coming in squared up. He's going to want to go mano y mano against Canelo. Canelo's going to do this all night long. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ha. All day, all night. 24 hours, we don't close. 3-punch combinations, double combination left hooks is what you're going to see. And once you fall in love with the same combinations, you're in trouble. He's got faster feet. He's going to change angles. He's going to get off first. What Chavez is hoping for, and it was like, you got to get him to the late rounds. They're looking at stopping Canelo. When Canelo throws those combinations, attack. When he throws those 2s and 3s, get him. Push him. Stay on him. Put your weight on him. Try to go and work on him. Get him on the ropes. So you can do your... That's when Chavez will go to the... When he got you on the ropes, and he start throwing them haymakers. But other than that, he is done. He done. But Chavez Jr. will have his moments in this fight. I guarantee you that. He's going to fight. Go watch the face-off between Chavez Jr. and Canelo. They don't like each other. It is obvious. They really don't like each other. He don't even respect him. They told each other to each other's face. And it's personal. I done gave you the whole money play. Free smoke, free smoke. That's what he gonna say. I'm tired about you talking about it. Why don't you come outside, Chavez Jr., so you can say it to my face? A lot of dudes going bad on me one at a time. Free smoke, free smoke. I'm out, y'all. Don't forget, May 6th, the fight. And don't forget to go to @Rope-A-Dope Radio on Twitter and find out and click the link for the show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be on Rope-A-Dope Radio. Chris Carlson is the host. It's going down Wednesday night, which is in 2 more nights.